Hi, first grade. Welcome back for a geometry review. And I'm simply going to start, because you don't have your geometry folders, we're going to just start with your geometry folders and just work through them. Just look through them, review as if we were sitting together and you were looking through your geometry folders reviewing. Excuse me. I just spit out my gum. All right. So remember at the very beginning of the year, yikes, we learned that geometry is made up of two Greek words. It's Greek for geo, which means, that's right, earth, and metri means measure. So when we learn about geometry, we are learning how mathematicians, or people who have developed math, and different scientists and just great thinkers and great minds over the years came up with ways to measure the earth, literally. Geometry can be seen everywhere in our world. I don't know if you watched the kindergarten geometric solids lesson, but you could. That's on the playlist for today. So that would be good since we haven't gotten to that this year. Anyway, okay, I read Ezra's. Next is David's. So after we learned about that, then we learned that there are certain shapes in geometry that are called polygons. And in Greek, it means many corners. And you remember, whoops, I'm going to turn David this way. You got the choice to take any of our polygons from the pentagon through the decagon. So the penta has 5 sides, all the way to the decagon with 10 sides, and you could make a bicycle out of it. And we rolled all those geometric shapes, and we said, whoa, which one would make good wheels for a bike? So let's see, I think David chose the decagon. Smart move, David. Closest to a wheel of all the polygons. All right, whoops. I just spilled that. Sorry, I'm not starting this video over. I've got Mabel's next. And then we started looking at all the polygons. And she did her in Greek, penta means 5. And the first, well, it's actually not the first polygon. The first polygon is a triangle, then a rectangle, but this was in our set of polygons. And she made a pentagon house. All right, next one. Jessa was not here for these early lessons. Let's see, let me just make sure. She didn't join us till, yeah, a little bit later. So we'll pick hers up when we started doing quadrilaterals, or actually we jumped into the triangles, and we'll take a look at what she's got. Okay, well, let's just go on. Nope, gonna pick Ezra's. Okay, Ezra, you made your next polygon. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. The hexagon with, you turned it into a stop sign. So in Greek, hexa means 6. Let's see if that stop sign has, or the hexagon has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It sure does. And you got somebody there saying stop by the hexagon. Okay, let's see what David has for the next. So we've already done the pentagon. It has 5 sides. We've done the hexagon with 6 sides. What shape are we about to look at in David's? It's going to have 7. It's the heptagon. And in Greek, hepta means 7. So his heptagon, I think he just did a simple coloring. And he wrote the word heptagon. But it has 7 sides. All right. Let's take a look at Mabel's. She did her next one which is an octagon. So what do you think octo means? That's right, it means 8. She didn't write that, but let's see if she has a little 8 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it was a swimming pool with 8 little, or maybe an ocean. It has 8 sides around the edge, but it has 8 little jellyfish in there, I think, if I remember correctly. Maybe octopus. Oh, yeah. Has 8 little octopi. 8 little octopi in the octagon pool. Pretty cute, babes. Okay, let's see what Ezra has. What comes after the octagon? Ooh, Ezra's was very nice. Latin octo means 8, octagon. And he made an octist. Here is his nonagon. It's his polygon. Latin nonus means 9. So he made, looks kind of like a sunflower or something. I'm not quite sure what he made. Maybe you'll have to go back and finish coloring it, Ezra, and let us know. But nonagon is the polygon that has 9 sides. So his inner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The inner shape before the petals or the spikes on the outside is the nonagon. Okay, David, let's see what you did. Did you do? Oh, you had a nice nonagon. Spelled nonagon incorrectly. But you had a clock. In Latin, nonus means 9, and you wrote nonagon, and you made a nice clock out of a nonagon. Although our real clock has 12 parts. Oh, ooh, this is a good one. David's Decagon. And in Latin, deca means 10. So he traced the Decagon. Let's see what it says. Oh, it has 10. Well, it was going to have 10 stories, but he made this have 14 stories. Let's see. Those are the front doors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the bottom one was 14. You know what goes through these first graders' minds earlier in the year? I'm just not sure. But this is a very nice picture of a traced decagon with the words written out in a beautiful picture. Thank you, David. All right. What did we do after we did the basic polygons? We did, that's when we jumped into triangles. And in Greek, tri means 3. So a triangle has 1, 2, 3 sides. This is Mabel's. And does it look like she made a pretty cool top? Ooh, she made a really neat design using 2 triangles. And it is another type of polygon. It just doesn't have the word gone in it. Good job, Mabel. Okay, let's go to Ezra. What did Ezra do after the triangle? Ooh, this is when we jumped into our polygons and we reviewed that polygons means many corners, and we talked about specific kinds of polygons called quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals have 4 sides, all quadrilaterals, because in Latin, quadri means 4 and lateral means sides. So look, he kind of made a little monster out of 2 squares, it looks like, and he turned it sideways, and look at the little hands sticking up and the cool little, looks like he's got gills there and a funky face. Like, Ezra, when you get this back, you could color in that quadrilateral monster. That's pretty cute. All right, let's look at David's next page of the quadrilateral. He did the first quadrilateral, which was a square. And in Latin, exquadare means out of 4. So it's a square, and the square, as we know, has 4 sides the same length. 4 sides the same length. I'm not quite sure what David made, but it looks pretty cool. He could probably tell us. He had a little little eyes and a mouth there, but he colored them over. So, oh, maybe this was the mess up one, and there's his square monster. Ah, coming at you. That's pretty cute. He made it out of 2 squares. All right, let's take a look at Mabel's next one. After square in our quadrilaterals, what's coming next? Oh, she did a good job. Next is another 4-sided shape, but it's called a trapezoid, and it comes from the Greek word, I think it's trapez, which means table. I think she just wrote the whole word out, trapezoid. That's all right. And she made a pretty cool design for the top of a table with a trapezoid, mini trapezoids. And our lesson table was a trapezoid. This looks like a table to me because you could put a little chair sitting there and a little chair sitting there. Or if you turn it over the other way, could you have a little chair sitting there and a little chair sitting there? So each individual trapezoid, which is a quadrilateral, which is a polygon, is each individual trapezoid means table all by itself. And she's got a whole table made of table made of trapezoids. Wow. All right, let's see. Our next quadrilateral was a rectangulum. In Latin, rectangulum is the Latin name for what shape is this? Sorry. Rectangle. This is pretty funny reading these backwards. Reading it backwards from the video while I'm talking to you. I'm sorry, I'm not an expert. Anyway, rectus means straight and angulus means angle. So it has 4 straight angles, just like our square, but that comes from a different word, and it comes from, I can't remember, I think it was Greek, but this is Latin. So we've got straight angles on these corners, and Ezra made a nice little bus to illustrate his rectangle. Let's see what David's got. Am I going in order? I think so. Oh no. Oh dear, I gotta get Jess in here. She was here at this point. She had her, oh good. She got in at the triangles, and she got in at the Polygons, Greek mini corners, quadrilaterals, and she made a great first picture of tracing squares, the quadrilaterals. Quadra means 4, lateral means sides. She's got a rectangle in here. I don't think Ezra ever even wrote rectangle. She's got her square. Let's see what's next. She's got her trapezoid. Ooh, I'm gonna pick Jess's next one. Rhombus, and it comes from the Greek rhombus or rhombi, which means spinning top. And she traced the rhombus, and she was coloring a beautiful design for this spinning top. Jessa, when you get this back, when I bring it back to you this week, you can finish coloring these and review these. I like how you did your trapezoid, your table on top of another table, and that's pretty cool. That kind of could look like an hourglass, or you could turn that into something. That could be cool. Okay, we got Jess's in there. Let's see what David's got next. Just wanted to review these with you. David had a trapezoid monster. He likes monsters. That was pretty cute. Let's see. And he had his rhombus, his spinning top. Oh my goodness. Okay, David's got his parallelogram. It says parallelogram, and it's Greek for parallel means beside, and gram means drawing. So it's beside drawings, and it's kind of like you take a rectangle and you just kind of squish it over to its side. So he's got looks like a little TV and a stand with his parallelogram, or it could be another little monster with big legs that are made out of the parallelogram. That's pretty cute. Like that, David. Okay, let's see what Mabel's got after the parallelogram. Oh, yeah, she did one of those too. Okay, this is when we started our triangles. So we finished our polygons. Well, triangles are still polygons as we know, but we finished our major polygons. Then we went to quadrilaterals, which are also polygons, but they have 4 sides. Now we're going back to triangles and learning a little bit more about them because they have only 3 sides. Okay, and there are 7 triangles of reality. Let's see what Mabel's got. We first learned triangles by their sides. So she's got the equilateral triangle, and that means in Latin, equus is equal, and it comes from the Latin word equus and latus, which means side. Oops, we're gonna have to check her. She didn't spell Latin right. But it has equal sides. The equilateral triangle has all 3 sides the same length. All right? She has her scalene triangle. Oh, and you see, she colored it all the same color. She traced it because all the sides are the same length. Let's look at the scalene. Let's take a look. That's orange, that's green, and that's red. What could that mean about a scalene triangle? Scalene comes from the Greek word scalenus, which means uneven, and from the Latin word scala, which means ladder. So it's an uneven ladder. In other words, no sides of a scalene triangle are equal. They're all different lengths. All right? And our last one is the isosceles triangle. And isosceles comes from the Greek word isos, which means equal, and the Greek word skelos, which means legs. So take a look. There's 2 red. She didn't color this a different color, but these 2 are considered the legs of an isosceles triangle. And when we do the lesson, we sort of make the triangle walk back and forth like it's walking on its legs. So an isosceles has 2 equal sides and 1 longer side. An equilateral triangle has all 3 sides the same length, and a scalene triangle has no sides the same length. That's what we did. I had you look for these things at your house and see if you could draw them. Now I'm going to give you your geometry folders, and we're going to do one last triangle lesson. We've looked at triangles by sides. Now we're going to look at triangles by angles. So I'm going to make a copy of our triangles that we're going to use, stick them in your geometry folders, and then get these geometry folders to you. But today was just a review, and we'll do that last triangle lesson next week. Okay, bye for now.